Assalamu alaikum students, hope you are doing good. This is our second lecture of English, that is of vocabulary and grammar on page number 9 of your textbook. Previously we have covered our vocabulary, our critical thinking questions, our figurative language, then we have vocabulary and grammar here. The topic here is about strategies to find word meanings. A high percentage of students that are listening me at this time are those that are with the very beginning with us. From the very beginning they are with us, and they know that they have attempted so many comprehension passages, activities related to them. So this strategy and this activity is related to the reading skill of the student, to the comprehension skill of the student, how student read, how he grabs, how much he grabs, and how he make himself aware of the words that are unknown to him, the new words. So this is the strategy. Like, there are 4 clues, there are 4 hints in your textbook. It is mentioned here that with these 4 strategies that you can define, you can find the meaning of the unknown or the new words. First, it's word parts, prefix, suffix, root. As you all know that we have only 26 letters in English, but we have a lot of number of words. Uncountable number of words are there. With these methods, affixation, prefix, suffix, root words, by applying the suffixes, by applying the prefixes, so we can break the word. We know that for the repetition, for making adverbs, for making past tense, for making plurals, for making present tense, for making antonyms, we use prefixes and suffixes. So when we break the word, we get the root word. If we are knowing the meaning of the root word, it will be easier for us to apply the suffix and antonym to prefix, and we can get the meaning of the word. Like, the example here is giving unhappy. So un itself stands for nothing, but when it comes before a word, it can make the word into its opposite, the antonym of the word. Knowing root word helps decode new words instantly. Code switching. Like, these are the hints that you can make yourself clear about the meaning of the words. Next is dictionary thesaurus. Look up the words to find its exact meaning, pronunciation, and synonyms for a deeper understanding. Sometimes we know the synonym of the meaning, so we can get the idea. Mutradif pata ho to same sense of the meaning, we can get the meaning, or we can go nearby the meaning of the word. Or pronunciation, from the pronunciation we can get the idea. Sometimes homographs or homophones are there, the words with the same spellings but different meanings, the word with the same spellings and same meanings, the word with the different meanings but same pronunciation with different spellings. So these are the things, like effect and effect, idle, beer, tear. These have the different dictionary meanings, multiple meanings, context based. always in translation. Whenever I mention to my student that in translation you are not supposed to take the dictionary meaning of the word. Sometimes it doesn't fit in the sentence, it doesn't make the sentence clear, it doesn't make your word or your sentence more clarify. So contextual meaning is very important. In which context the word is used in this sentence. Some words have different meanings depending on the usage. For example, bat can be a bat cricket instrument, and bat is animal. The examples are given here, and you have read the whole lesson, and before that in your class 9 also you have done translation thoroughly, and you are very much aware that in translation you have to pick the contextual meaning of the word. So meanings can be varied according to the context. Multiple meanings like bat and bat. Contextual meanings I have also discussed it with you. So these are the 4 strategies that you need to understand for your comprehension of the meanings. For example, if you are given a certain passage, if you are reading a book, so how can you comprehend, how can you make yourself understand of the unfamiliar words? With these 4 strategies you can get yourself acquainted with the new words. Now there is an activity given here, unknown words meaning tables. Like you are given that read the entire unit 1 and highlight 5 unknown or confusing words or phrases. Now find out their meaning by using the above given strategies. वन ऑफ द वर्ड्स, आपने कोई अपने लेसन में से कंफ्यूजिंग ऐसे वर्ड्स निकालने जो कि कॉन्टेक्चुअल मीनिंग के लिहाज से यूज़ हुए हैं, जिसका तर्जुमा या जिसकी ट्रांसलेशन उर्दू में आपने कॉन्टेक्चुअली की है, जिसको आपने उसके एंटोनिम या सिनोनिम के लिहाज से डिकोड किया है, जिसको आपने उसके प्रीफिक्स या सफिक्स के लिहाज से डिकोड किया है वर्ड को, या जिस वर्ड को आपने एक डिफरेंट सेंस के अंदर उसको, वो वर्ड का सिनोनिम नहीं है, हम मानी अल्फाज नहीं है, बट यू हैव यूज्ड दैट वर्ड इन अ डिफरेंट सेंस, लाइक स्वीपिंग रिफॉर्म. इट्स अ फ्रेज लाइक मेजर टर्म, major reforms, embedded. Although embedded means something that is fixed, we can use embedded for the stone as well, we can use embedded for the jewels, we can use embedded for the customs, for the vials, for the evils that are immersed in the society. Breed is something for used for offspring. Breed here in your lesson is used for expansion, फैलाना, दुश्मनी की सेंस में यूज़ है कि दुश्मनी को मत बढ़ाएं, दुश्मनी को मत पैदा करें, मत दुश्मनी को फैलाएं. Maintenance, it can use in various ways, but in your lesson it is used as नानो नफ़का, निगहदाश्त, देखभाल. But maintenance is not related to these things also. Maintenance can be of non-living things, maintenance can be of products, maintenance can be of buildings, maintenance can be of school, house, accessories, personal maintenance. Entrenched means something that is deeply rooted, firmly established and very difficult to change. It can also use in various senses, but in your lesson it is used as strong, mazboot. Then the word is destitute. Destitute means extremely poor, without basic necessities, also refer to an orphan or someone abandoned. But destitute also means greeb, maskeen. It is not centered that destitute means someone who is extremely poor. Destitute means who doesn't have parents also, who doesn't has the basic necessities of life as well. Then there are certain activities given to you, certain examples given to you, like context clues. There are examples given to you how you can derive the meaning yourself that are unknown to you. The words like famished is a word, ambiguous is a word, console is a word. So they are used in a sentence, and you are given hints in every text. Author gives the hints to the reader. It is up to reader how he decodes the hints and how he came up with the meaning of the words. Like it is written here, famished is a new word for most of the people, but the cat was famished that it devoured an entire bowl of food in second. Devoured is also a different word. Devoured means खा लिया. Clues devoured entire bowl in seconds. Now these are the clues कि उसने seconds के अंदर खा लिया. तो क्या थी वो जो उसने ये खा लिया? Famished. Definitely थोड़ा आइडिया आ जाता है कि the cat must be hungry. Ambiguous. Now the sentence is, even though the directions were ambiguous, we tried to follow them carefully. Even though tried to follow, कि बेशक हालांकि tried to follow, हमने कोशिश की. Ambiguous means unclear or confusing or difficult to chase or difficult to get it or difficult to comprehend or difficult to understand. Console. Lubna tried to console her friends after the bad news. Definitely the bad news, after the bad news, offering tissue and kind words. These are the hints in the sentence that you can derive the meaning of the unknown word. Like after the bad news, offering tissues. Definitely we can get the idea somewhat. Console means to comfort someone. Next is the activity, that you are given a paragraph in which you are asked to derive the meaning of new or unfamiliar word. As the storm grew stronger, the waves began to pummel the shore with tremendous force. Now in this sentence, pummel is a new word here to which you are not much familiar. The wind howled and trees bent under its pressure. Boats rocked violently in the harbor, and people ran to find shelter from the harsh weather. It was clear the storm wasn't just a light drizzle, it was something much more powerful. Now, what does the word pummel mean? We can get the idea. Tremendous force is there. A storm is there, grew stronger. The waves began to pummel the shore. Pummel the shore मतलब अब ये थोड़ा आइडिया आना शुरू हो गया कि टकरा रही हैं जैसे ही तूफान. As the storm grew stronger, the waves began to strike with the shore. So these are the striking means hitting. ये सेंस आ रही है. तो इसका पमल का वैसे क्या मतलब है? टू हिट और बीट repeatedly with great force. In this paragraph, the waves are striking the shore again and again with tremendous power, just like pummeling. What clues the paragraph help you find it? Definitely key clues get tremendous force, wind howl. No, this is just an example how you can derive the meaning of the word. It will also help you in translating the passage also. You have translation passages, 40 passages, Urdu passages in your syllabus as well. Though you can cram, but still it is very much important to derive the meaning of the unfamiliar words by yourself. Wind howl, trees bent, boards rocked violently, not just a little, not just a light drizzle, something much more powerful. All of these suggest violent, powerful, sitting, hitting, striking action. These are the keys, the hints. So this is our one part